Yeah, that's a good one.
Just overall assessment. We got to talk to Lincoln Riley a couple times a week, but we never got to hear from you guys on maybe the progress the linebackers were making this spring. Can you just talk about the guys in the
Sure.
15 practices
Yeah.
you guys?
No, I think as a group, I was excited with how fast they learned, and then obviously, it's a group that really I was the only one new because they've all played here under Danton's system.
Yeah.
So obviously they made quick progress. They work really hard as a group. I think our play style, the things that are important to us. Our style of play improved from the first day to the last. I think we made great strides that way. What's important to us is running, is giving up max effort that we have, and then being violent when we do get there. So it was good to see. Our guys work really hard, and they believe in Danton. They believe in USC defense and our vision, and so it was really good.
What are the glaring differences between you coming here and looking at these collegiate linebackers versus the guys that are in the NFL? Where's the biggest difference?
Well, I think the very first thing is when I got here, two guys that jumped out at me just right off the bat. It reminded me, man, this is awesome. It was our two walk-ons, Ryan Q and Roman Cheese. These two guys, they're walk-ons, but the purity of it, how much they love football, how incredibly fortunate I am coming into a situation. These guys love USC. They pay to be here. They want it so much, and they're infectious to the whole team, not just our room, but for the whole team. Everybody loves them, respects them.
Yeah.
They play so hard. They play so passionate, and man, you're used to seeing that, on a professional level, but here it's unbelievable how much impact they have, how much they affect not only their teammates but even the coaching. Man, it is a privilege to be here. It is. We want to be the best team in the country. They got Lincoln and Dan's leadership, and they're providing the culture. But those guys are two poster boys for just how special this place is, and they're going to play little. Guys can't practice that hard and compete that hard without. We got to give them a little bone because the whole team is going to get fired up when they're out there. They're going to be excited to see them, but obviously that was the biggest thing that was like, man, this is special.
Yeah.
And then when you see an Eric Gentry, Dez, and these guys they're right up there with the guys I've already coached for the last 3 years. So I mean, there's no, can they get a little bigger? Yeah, whatever. But understand, Gentry, I'm watching the Lakers play, and I'm like, look, this Ant guy's kicking everybody's tail. We got a guy that can cover. They need to borrow Gentry for this game tonight and D this guy up, because in my opinion, Gentry can cover any tight end that I've seen and any back. And I've just saw the Bowers.
Yeah.
So I would put Gentry on him because he's so long, he's so athletic, he's that talented, and man, our Lakers are begging for him. I'm a big Braun fan, and I'm not saying Gentry. I don't think Gentry can shoot the ball, but I know he can play defense. So but that's but those guys are special. They're going to play on Sundays.
Yeah.
So there was really no difference. Although they're young and eager, but they're the same type of guy.
I mean, the defense last year was night and day different without Eric Gentry in the lineup.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable the amount of plays that he's capable of making. So you're just touching on how athletically gifted.
Oh no, he's so
really
athletically
is.
gifted, and that's that's what I'm like. Who's got a guy that can match up with any tight end in the country? We do.
Yeah.
And that's a thing that it's going to help him on the next level be special, because right now that's the biggest problem in the National Football League. Nobody can match up with these tight ends.
Yeah.
And we actually have one here in college in our building, which is rare. We're probably the only team in the country with a guy like this. So it's special to have those type of guys here already. But you're used to seeing the most competitive people, for the last 25 years, and these guys are no different.
Okay. And with we got to see Desmond Stevens last year, and he's obviously progressed significantly since last year. But a guy that just caught my eye, we only get to see a little bit, just the beginning of practice. But Jaden Walker was somebody that just kind of caught my eye the way he was moving.
Oh yeah.
Can you just talk about?
No, Jaden Walker's going to be tremendous. I mean, he is. He's the one. He's the best right now at getting into blocks and getting off them. He's so physical, and he loves it. He loves football. He works every day. He's in our offices every day. I don't know if you know about AJ Howard, who's special, man. This guy's a special. He's a 30 for 30. He's under 30 years, top 30 coach in the country. Should be 30-1 because he's the best. And what a teacher this guy is. My God, he's unbelievable. So they're in there every day. Like, this kid had a meteoric rise. Well, yeah, he's in there with the best coaches. So it's not surprising to us. But this kid loves it. He's going to be fantastic. He's got a linebacker body. He runs and hits. He does everything well. And he's gonna jump off the charts next year. Like, as a freshman, he's a redshirt, whatever. Him and Tez are so young, but they're really talented. And this guy between the tackles is going to be special.
You talked about Lincoln Riley and how his leadership on the offensive side of the ball. Just from a defensive perspective, what makes him challenging to defend his offense?
Oh man, he's like Andy Reid, where if Andy Reid knows what you're in, you're dead. Period.
Yeah.
You're dead. Like, you're dead. So you have to disguise your intentions. You have to be multiple on defense to have a chance. And he's the same way, and the days, Dan was like, well, we'll go another day with what we had. Ooh, man, those are long days. But, Dan's so sharp, he has the, we got a picture right now. We're working these guys at inside backer only, and knowing that the multiplicity of a Gentry is gonna help us and Jaden Walker, but it's awesome. Like, he's so good, and the best in the country at those guys. You're in for a long day when you're going against those guys. And when Chip Kelly, when he jumped to the NFL. He was challenging. Those guys are special, and we did get him in the playoffs. But I'm just saying, a difference maker, and obviously Lincoln offensively is a difference maker, but also culture-wise. Like, coming in here, I knew it was going to be great, but I didn't realize just how what a leader Lincoln is, and it is just special. When he gets up there, his voice is, people believe in, and we all believe in the picture, and I know, great things are in front of us.
We have an opportunity to talk to Coach Lynn and whatnot, and obviously an impressive guy. He's like, the first impression is always very, with him is big, but he's young. And how does a guy like him that you really, how many years did you coach with him in the NFL?
A couple.
A couple of years.
Yeah.
When they announced you as a linebackers coach, I thought, how the hell does this young dude get you to come to USC? I mean,
he's a damn good recruiter. No, but
he actually is. But,
yeah, no, he is. But I'm not coming for against anybody. Ain't no way in the world.
Yeah.
But
what does make him
Danton.
special?
I love Danton, and I know, like, his brilliance is he's so detailed, and he's so intelligent, but he's so detailed. But he is also an amazing person.
Yeah.
Like, I know we look completely different, and we are completely different, and our styles are completely different. Yeah. But we speak the same language, and we believe in the same things. So it's easy, to come here to work with Danton, and to help his vision, because we've been in it. We see the same way. So it's a special deal. But Dan, like, we all know this guy's going to be the next thing. Like, he's the real deal. So, but I love him, and the best thing is to get my son to be able to work underneath such a great young talented coach, and and also Lincoln. I see Lincoln as young, talented too. So they're, to have him around that, because I'm not going to coach forever, and but I just want to bring my son, get him around the best people in the world, like my father did. I mean, when I got around my father, all of a sudden now I'm working for Bill Belichick, I'm working for Al Davis, I'm working for all these Hall of Famers, Sean Payton. I mean, I work for all of them. Well, the only reason I got to work for them because I was great, but I also learned from the best, and that's what my son's going to do with Lincoln Riley and Dan Lynn. That's real for me, or I wouldn't have been here.
There's a lot of qualities that, as kids, we look at our fathers or our mothers, and we're like, yeah, I'd like to be a lot like them in this way or that way. What are the qualities that you've taken from your father as a coach?
Well, I mean, the first thing is, and I say we, like, I have twin brothers, me and Rex.
Yep.
He saved our life. Like, discipline saved our life because we were the toughest kids in Canada. But outside some of those hockey players would take a run at us. But we were but out of control. And so we moved in with our father. He saved our life. And so with discipline and things like that, and then being around him, seeing how much his passion for what he did and how he coached. Obviously, he was our hero. We wanted to be around him. We wanted to do what he did, and. But I'm not Buddy Ryan. I ain't half as tough as him, and not even close. But I'm pretty good, but I learned from the best. And he always said, just be yourself. And that's what I want to teach my son. And be yourself. You'll never work a day in this business because it's a people business. The greatest people in the world are in this. Like. The players, the coaches, the people here in the building, even you guys in the media, you're dealing with the best of the best, and they're great people, and I know my father, he may seem like, he was all this. He loved the people he worked with every day too.
Yeah.
And so it was a great thing, and I learned everything off him. I learned, how to attack offenses, and I've learned from the best. There's nobody better than my father or Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
And me and Rex are pretty damn good too. So, that's just the truth. So, that's what I learned from him. But I admired that he went to work every day with a smile on his face, and he loved his players and loved the people he worked with.
And you could obviously tell that they loved him. The way they talk about him, his players.
No, and he's himself.
That's like real passion.
There's nobody tougher than him. But the players love him, and he loved them. There's no question.
How much time do you and your son talk football when you guys leave here?
He wants to all the time. Hell no, I don't want to talk about that crap. But
because I'm old and I don't like to talk about work when I leave work.
Hell no. But we do it all, a lot during the day and things. But we like talking. We'll watch the basketball games, the Kings games, and all that. We're just like father and son that way. But football wise. He keeps trying to talk. I'm like, man, I don't have the energy for that. I've already done it, So, but it's been great. It's been a special deal.
Have there been any? You've only been here for a few months, but not a real short amount of time, but a fairly short amount of time. Are there some memories that stand out from the last 3 months for you here at USC?
Yeah,
maybe from spring practice.
I like when our guys work on something, an individual. Part of practice, and then they go out and execute it on the film, and it's like an awakening for them. Like you can see it, and that's how you develop people, and that's how you bring people along. That's how guys believe in the system, and they become better players. And you can see it. You can see the growth. You can see the growth in guys' leadership, which is obviously special, especially from linebacker. You better be a leader. You're going to have a hard time playing. So, but you like to see that, and then I think there's some, like we have these groups that you talk to every Friday. Thhere the team splits, and you got different positions, and you meet with those groups. And man, it's night and day difference from when we first started, when nobody wanted to have an opinion, to now everybody talks and they feel free. And
Yeah.
my guys are great. I don't want to lose them. I think we're going to switch groups coming up, for the fall. I'm like, no, I don't want to give up that freshman quarterback. I don't want to give up Elijah. Like, I love these guys. They're great kids. And that was a really cool thing that, Lincoln did with the team. And there's a lot of cool moments there because you get in a lot of deep conversations,
Yeah.
and it's been really cool.
Are you going to be hitting the road recruiting at all?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go out there and see what we can do. I'm going to, first time out there, cutting the cord. I get to travel out there a lot of times, by myself. But, crazy. I used to be a pretty good recruiter, so we'll see how it goes.
You're not going to lose that. You're just going to be you, aren't you?
Oh, no. Trust me, I will be me. And, but you do, it's a little different level here because you're going after only the best in the country, as opposed to other places I've been. So it is great. But you get to know these kids and you build a real relationship with them and their families.
Mm-hmm.
And, shoot, I want to draft them. Like, I want them. Like, once I put this much energy in them, I want them.
Yeah.
They other schools and recruit. I don't care about them. I just care about us. So, but it's been, a cool thing. There's a ton in it, a ton to it. It's not just like, oh, we were out one day. It's not that way at all.
Yeah.
Recruiting's, about every day. So, that was new for me, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It is about the people at the end of the day.
When you guys do hit the road, do you go off on your own? Do you travel with another coach? How are you
Sometimes
going to be doing
you're traveling with other guys, and then sometimes you go out on your own.
Yeah.
So here I am speaking like an expert, like this will be the first time tomorrow. We're driving down a hill. I hope I don't get lost. But that's what those navigation things are for. But, they're so detailed. Like, our guys here, Chad and his crew are so detailed. They've got everything laid out and all the numbers. So, it should flow really, really smoothly. And, so I'm looking forward to it.
Where do you go first? You don't have to tell us the school.
I'm going.
to
Oh no,
Hawaii
I'm in Cali. I'm in Cali. For the first 2 days, and then it's that unfortunate trip to Hawaii that's going to be difficult. So I love a guy out there, man. Man, I can't talk about any of it, but there's.
No, but that's worth a couple trips.
Absolutely. I'm going down to see a great young guy there, but nothing like when you get off the plane in Hawaii, the smell of the flowers. Like,
it is something
man,
different.
It's
Doesn't
great,
the air feel
isn't it?
different?
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. So
Yeah.
I haven't done it in a while. Like when I was in Oakland, we used to fly, with Hawaiian Airlines, and you'd fly all the time for free. Man, I
Yeah.
was over there like it was my second home.
Nice.
So I love Hawaii. So I'm
Yeah.
Hawaiian at heart, I'm really looking forward to going out there and, seeing the prospects, but also, doesn't mind taking a little of that fresh air and it's such a great place and got a couple real good friends there too.
Is there anything different that you're looking for in your linebackers at this level than you are if you're drafting them?
No,
in the NFL?
I like guys that can run and hit.
Yeah.
So, I always say, well, you got to pass your SAT, smart, athletic, and tough.
Yep.
So that's what you look for. And that's at every level I get, from college and pro football, it's the same thing. A linebacker looks like a linebacker, and that's what you want. And, the position has changed a little bit, where you have to be super athletic, you got to be able to tackle in space. It used to be just a downhill guy knocking the hell out of somebody between the tackles, and there's still a good need for that. But, a player's a player, and linebackers, they got to be able to see everything and react and play fast. So that's what you still look for.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Scott Schrader.
Yes. Yep.